Hello Pokemon fans, this is ProPokeNoob back today to bring you another battle. I am extremely white, but you will not hear it in my voice this time because the last time it felt a little unfair that you guys had to deal with my choice to stay up late and as a result sound really tired, so today I'm putting behind my sleep powdered ways and I'm going to do this without falling asleep on the mic. Anyways, it's going to be a standard Ubers match against a person by the name of Yamimoto. This is the sand team that I was using last year, and I say that quite literally because this was a team back in October. This was with the Excadrill, which was doing a lot of work, as well as the random Ho-Oh, because I just wanted to make a team where Ho-Oh was on it. So, looking at my opponent's team, I see it's a rain team, kind of a problem. Kyogre will cause my team a little bit of issues. I do need to keep Giratina around to check to see what type of Kyogre it is. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the damage calc to determine between Scarf and Specs now, but I do know that in this battle you will see that I play it properly so that I actually know what type of Kyogre it is. And I could have did a damage calc before I started this, but, you know, I'm not that smart. Anyways, in the ways it leads, I figure he's either going to lead off with Deoxys Speed or Kyogre or anything like that, so I'm just going to lead off with Giratina. Safest thing, I have both Will-O-Wisp and Dragon Tail just to do whatever I need to do, so he does lead off with Deoxys Speed. He seems to be playing pretty standard by just going for the taunt first turn as I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he's going to set a layer of spikes. I figured just break his Focus Sash by going for a Dragon Tail and send him out. He actually gets shuffled into Kabutops, so he does have to kind of switch since they can't really do a lot of damage to me. So I'm actually just going to switch out, go into my Skarmory, which is the best thing to take on Kabutops in general, since I do have max defense. I think I am max defense. I think this one's physically defensive. But as you can see, I pretty much knew that taunt was going to happen, so I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird, bring him really low, and after 2 Brave Birds, it is going to take out the Deoxys Speed. So he is going to be left with 2 layers of spikes, but I have the Rapid Spin, I believe, on my Excadrill. Is he actually? No, he's offensive. Never mind. What am I saying? Is he bulky? Who knows? He goes to the Thunderous Therian, though. I go out into Giratina on the off chance that he predicted my Excadrill and went for Focus Blast. I'm just trying to scout still to see how smart he actually is. So I'm going to go for the Will-O-Wisp now on the Dialga. Luckily, because I hit this, I'm actually going to be spared from taking a ton of damage from Dragon Tail because, you know, that's kind of physical and he's burned, so he can't do any damage anymore. So he actually Dragon Tails me out into Sandy the Tyranitar, which is perfect. I can go for the Superpower, get a lot of damage off on this Dialga, whatever. And he's just going to go for another Dragon Tail, which kind of helps, kind of doesn't. Doesn't really matter, but the sand is up, which will be nice. Now he actually brings me out into the Alpha Ho, the Ho-Oh, which means that I can fire off a free Sacred Fire and take out the Dialga. So this is fantastic. I'm up 6-4. Looking pretty solid right now. Unfortunately, though, because I'm in Ho-Oh, he can switch out into Kyogre, get the rain up, and threaten me out with a Specs or Scarf damage. So I'm going to go into, actually, Palkia to take the Water move. I pretty much figured he would go for the Water move. And he goes for Surf, and it doesn't look like it does a lot. But then it also reminds me that I'm in the rain, and in Quad Resistance, that might be Specs. I don't remember. But, he's going to go, I go for the Draco Meteor, get the crit, punishing his Arceus Steel because he's running Arceus Steel. And I had to determine that the hard way. It's kind of like, just, you suck. Now, he goes for Will-O-Wisp, and I'm used to these things being para-flinching ones that use T-Wave and Iron Head and stuff like that and recover, but he goes for Thunder Wave, or he goes for Will-O-Wisp. So what I figured was, okay, I could just go into my Giratina, go for Rest to rust off the burn, as well as heal up my Giratina since it's taken a lot of damage, and then from there just Sleep Talk it off and hopefully get some lucky things with Dragon Tail. So he goes for the Recover, followed by a Judgment, which is Steel type. I go for the Sleep Powder, or Sleep Powder. Wow, I'm tired. I go for the Sleep Talk. I actually nail the Dragon Tail. Nail the Dragon Tail. That was unintentional. But anyways, I get him. Now he goes into Kyogre, unfortunately, but just about that damage. I think that's Specs damage, just looking at it. But I am going to go for the Dragon Tail, luckily with the Sleep Talk again. But I bring out Thunderous Therian, I'm like, okay, well this time he's most likely going to go for either the Focus Blast or whatever. So I still don't want to risk it. I'm going to go into Ho-Oh. Even though I don't have any special defense investment, I have the Regenerator just as kind of a secondary scouting Pokemon, but now I see the Kabutops, I'm going to go into Skarmory, safest thing to do, and luckily for me, even with the Life Orb, it's only 50% damage, so what I can actually do is get a little bit of Life Orb stalling here going on with the Roost, and since he is going to be faster than me, and this thing doesn't run Earthquake, I can just stay in here and Roost all day, so that's what I plan to do, and as you can see, he's taking a lot of damage. Now, he catches onto this, obviously, because it's a little too easy of a move, so he's going to switch out, go into his Thunderous Therian, as I actually go for the Roost. Now here I stay in, And the reason for that is because I have the sturdy. That kind of ruined the whole thing. I have the sturdy, so even if he had gone for the thunder or the volt switch or anything like that, he wouldn't be able to kill me, and I'll still be able to do what I want to do. He actually goes for the focus blast, again predicting my Excadrill, as I go for the roost, and now, luckily for me, because he went for the focus blast, I'm actually back at my sturdy range, so that allows me to switch out without having to worry about me not having that Pokemon to take the hit to Scout again. But I go into Ho-Oh, he actually goes into Arceus Steel, he has to switch out because that's too threatening. I go for a free Sacred Fire because again, nothing on his team wants to take a burn, including his Kabutops, which is the perfect catch. So now what I can do is go back into Skarmory. I have no reason not to. I mean, I've got Sturdy. It takes the hits really well. He goes for Stone Edge. As you can see, that probably would do a little bit more on average, but because he is burned, that stab, very powerful move, is going to do 21%. So he's going to go to Kyogre. I set up a layer of spikes, which will basically help me mainly take out the Kyogre and the Arceus Steel for later, but now it's going to be taking out the Kabutops, kind of. But I'm just going to go into the Undertaker to take the Water Spout. I pretty much figured he would want to go for his strongest move at this point. And now what I can do is go out into Palkia and just threaten him out. But instead, what I actually try to do is bait out the Water move so that I can go into Sandy and get the special defense boost as it's a rock type in the sand. But he actually makes a switch out into Kabutops. This is even more perfect because now he doesn't have the speed boost. I can switch back into Skarmory, which again can take whatever hit he wants to go for, and he actually decides to go for Low Kick. Smartest move he could have done because all of my Pokemon on my team are heavy. It's just the fact that he's burned, and you know, Skarmory is a beast. But now he's going to switch back into Kyogre. He's going to go for the Surf. I don't care if he takes out Skarmory because the main Pokemon that Skarmory was supposed to wall, which was Kabutops, is now dead, so I don't need him anymore. But what this does mean is I can go back into Tyranitar, set up the sand. He's going to go to Arceus Steel, and I believe I switch out and I go into Ho-Oh because again the rain is down, so I know I can take a water hit, and I believe, yeah, he went for Water Spout, and I figured, you know, that's all this other stuff. But anyways, he goes to Judgment just to get damage off. I go for the Sacred Fire, doesn't kill, but luckily I burn him, which is going to take out the Arceus Steel, and now it means he's really stuck in a bad position here. He has Thundurus, Therian, and he has Kyogre. Now, I don't know if he was trying to bait me here or something like that, but I'm okay with going with Sacred Fires. We saw how much a Volt Switch did before, and we're in the sand. I don't think he wants to go for Thunder. And I have learned in the past that Ho-Oh is faster than Choice Specs Kyogre and can KO with Brave Bird. So pretty much that's the end of the game because he's got Thundurus Therian left. He locks himself into Thunder, and what I'm basically going to do is go into Tyranitar, set up the sand, and then I'm going to go to Excadrill and Rock Slide him for the win. And he basically ended the game for himself when he locked himself into Thunder, not even relying on any type of hacks, but he knows that he has been beat. So that was an excellent match. Yamimoto, comment, rate, and subscribe, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this battle. I'm sorry if I made a few mistakes and slips, and I don't sound very professional at this point. I just didn't do the recording, and I fell asleep actually before I was gonna do the recording, which really blows, but you know what, the recording is done. This is the battle. I hope you all enjoyed it, and have an excellent day, and I will see you next time. Until then, peace.